Hello, welcome in, anybody. Just trying to see how this live thing works from the computer instead of my phone. That way it won't be sideways. Not really got much to talk about, just checking out the computer. And talking about cemeteries, if anybody wants to. If you got any questions about any coming up or anything that I might be going to do next. Don't be going down to no more creeks falling in for sure. That was not too much fun. Uh, Health wise, if people's been asking about that, I'm doing all right. I've had a few problems with here and there, but doing well considering. And teeth wise, I got a tooth that needs to be extracted, but dentist won't do it because of the health reasons, and I understand. So I have to have oral surgery. But otherwise, yeah, doing well. Just popping in here on a Sunday evening, see what everybody's into. We just got through having a little bit of a, they call it a storm, I call it a rain. When you have no lightning and thunder and you just have a little bit of rain coming, a dark cloud, that's called a rain, not a storm. I don't know why they call it a storm, but it is what it is. But yeah, everybody's, hope everybody's had a good Sunday and a Sunday evening so far. Mine's been fine. Been cleaning carpets. That's not no fun. Better than having a filthy carpet, I guess. A lot of work. I should have just paid somebody to do it and been done with it, but it is what it is. But just wanted to pop on for a minute, see if I could get a live to go the right way instead of sideways, and see if I can do them some from the computer instead of somewhere on the location. Maybe get the phone figured out what's going on with it. And no, don't never do it till I get ready to do it live, and then it goes sideways. I don't know why. It's the craziest thing. But I do like the computer as far as ending the stream because it does have a button down there to tell you to end it instead of just trying to figure it out by an X or whatever. And don't know what's going on with YouTube lately, though. Hey, Drew, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you pop in. I say you're excited about your trip coming up. That's good to see. Coming to America. I wished it was a better time for you to come to America. I mean, there's been a lot of craziness going on in America, but it is what it is. Hope your dollar's working better for you when you come over here. Maybe you'll get a good value for your money. Less than 24 hours. That's awesome. Where are you going to first? Where will you land when you come from Australia? What will be the state you stop in? And is that more than one flight? I mean, do you have to board 2 or 3 different planes? Well, I guess 65 cents is better than nothing, ain't it? San Francisco. Well, that's one of the places you guys had on your schedule anyway. So how long are you guys going to stay there? I think I've been to San Francisco one time in my lifetime. Yeah, Adelaide to Sydney. 3 full days. Wow. That'll give you time to run around a little bit. That will give you a wonderful time to run around. They're having march up there in Mansfield where I live, close to the town that I live in. I think this coming week, I might go up there and film some during the march up there. You know, I mean, people's got to do what they want to do, and I like to do a little everything and venture out here and there occasionally. I don't want to fall any more creeks. I mean, that wasn't no fun. I mean, but I enjoy filming different things. Definitely. The last cemetery I went to, though, boy, I don't know. I got some weird vibes from that place. And then the camera quit working, and it comes back on at the end. I had nothing to do with any of that, by the way, too. I don't know what happened there. It's almost like something possessed the camera or something. What time I was there or something, I don't know. I mean, there was something going on in that cemetery bad. I was wanting to hurry up and get out of that one, but yeah, it's good that you guys are coming over. Now you said come hither with Heather's coming with you, and then Warner, right? He's the only one coming. Warner, I thought Intrepid's was going to try to come too, but they didn't get to come. Oh. Well, yeah, I think you guys will have a wonderful time. And are you still coming through Kentucky and doing an adventure there in Kentucky? Yeah, that house, buying a house and moving's a job. I hate moving. I'd rather take a whooping as to move. That is one of the aggravatingest things around is trying to get moved. Indiana. I like Indiana. Indiana's a nice place. You guys will be glad to get out of the cold and be back in the warm. Yeah, you'll love it being in the warm. Who else is? I can't tell who came in because they don't show you on here. All it tells me is when someone's chatting. I wish they'd tell you. Yeah, the warmer weather is a lot nicer. It's nice here. I mean, I'm walking around in shorts and t-shirt, and that's all I wear in the summertime, shorts and t-shirt. Hello, Harry, the graveyard man. How are you? Now that I see you came in. But, yeah, I'd much rather be wearing shorts and t-shirts than sweatpants and hoodies and trying to stay warm, Some people don't like I like all the seasons, though. I mean, when it comes wintertime, when it's wintertime, I don't mind it. But when it's summertime, I want good, warm, hot days. People talk about being hot, being out there doing what I'm doing and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's hot, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I've done the days out in the snow and the cold and the rain and all that. And I'm ready for the heat and whatever comes along with the heat. Yeah. Well, the heat will wear you down quicker, but still, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy being out in the heat. It don't bother me. I mean, there's a little bit harder breathing at times, and you got to take a break here and there, but make sure you drink plenty of fluids and all that to keep from getting dehydrated. But overall, it's not bad. But you guys going to do any filming and lives while you're on your trip? I know you're going to film, but I mean, are you guys going to post any of it, or are you going to wait till you get back to Australia when you get done? I have to tilt this back a little bit where I can see. No, you're going to probably do a little bit of both. Yeah. Them live streams and stuff when you're out, you can show different things while you're on your trip. Should definitely do it when you're in Canada, because I ain't never been to Canada, and I'd like to see some places up in there. But if you guys go camping on your own on that part, I don't care nothing for the camping part, unless you're taking a camper trailer and it's got a microwave, a stove, a TV, a bed. That's my kind of camping. Regular camping, no. too old to lay on that ground. Can't get up the next day. If I get down on the ground, I would never get back up. I'd have to have 911 come get me up, especially sleeping in a tent. I've got a tent over there that I bought, never used. I mean, it's just sitting over there on the floor. Just have no reason to go camping and laying on the ground. It just, I enjoyed it years ago when I was young, but as you get older, you don't want no part of camping unless you're in an RV or something. I mean, then you don't mind going camping. Well, you're a little bit younger than me, I guess. That ground, laying on the ground, though, not for me. Not camping. I don't mind all the part about going camping, the fires outside and the roasting of the hot dogs and everybody sitting around campfires and stuff like that. That's fun. But spending the night, I'm going to the motel, the nearest motel or the hotel nearby. But no, I was just checking out, trying to go live on a computer instead of my phone to see if it does any better. It's a lot easier. It looks like you just got a big button you push when you're done, and you can see what actually people are telling you and asking. Makes a lot difference, don't it? I try to keep a sense of humor, especially doing, cemetery walks. And then you got a lot of people that come on that want to ask you the stupidest questions. No offense to anybody, but I mean, they ask me some of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, I'm not going to pinpoint anybody or nothing like that, but some of the stuff that you're asked when you're trying to do stuff, your channel and stuff, it is insane. I mean, stupidest questions, but I try to play them off and just keep on going with a sense of humor, especially the trolls. I mean, they're getting a little ridiculous at times, and they just want to try to ruin your channel. That's what their goal is. They're trying to ruin your channel, but it is what it is. Yeah. I've had a bunch of them jumping on mine lately, and I just been deleting them. I'm not going to sit there and entertain them. That's for sure. You know what I mean? But no, I was just popping on here to see how this computer thing works as far as doing a live, and I might start trying to do a few at home here and there. And if I can get my phone figured out why it goes sideways, it only does it when I do the lives. Any other time it does nothing. Oh, really? Well, there was one that texted me the other day and told me that, he was telling me that on his channel, they're making fun of him. And I'm like, dude, don't let them get to you. Just play it off and go on. I mean, because if you let things like that bother you, you might as well give up now before you even get started good. Because he said, well, I don't know if they're making fun of the way I talk because he's from the South or the kind of material he's had lately. And I told him, I said, well, you're going to get made fun of. You're going to have people bash your channel. I said, all you do is just put remove them from your channel. And I said, if they get too bad, just keep blocking them is all you can do. Because evidently YouTube's not going to do nothing about it here and there. I mean, I sometimes wonder if they ain't some of their people that work for them just doing it. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if everybody else has been having problems, but I've been having a lot of problem with a lot of the shorts and stuff like that. They don't even push them to try to get you any views. They put it on the worst times and everything else. And I don't know if it's to keep you from getting views or what. I don't know. Seems like if they give me any kind of leeway, I end up with a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of views. Then it's like it'll go through a phase that it won't do nothing. It'll just sit there and idle. And, you'll put the shorts out, same shorts as what I've been running, different ones, the same kind of material, and it won't get no views hardly. But then the next time around, I'll run them and it'll get 2,400. I'm like, wow, how's that happen? Somebody's playing around somewhere. But I don't let it bother me, though. Just keep going. If they don't want to watch, don't watch. I mean, watch the channel if you want to. And if you don't want to, find someone else's channel to watch. I mean, there's a lot of channels on there, a lot of good channels on there. That's why I've been pushing so many as I have, trying to shout them out and stuff, because that way it helps everybody get a chance to, be seen. I mean, there's a lot of great channels on here, different material, different kinds, but yeah. But I don't know. I'm not going to stay on here. I just wanted to come see how this all works with the computer. But anybody pops in and wants to say hello, I mean, they're more than welcome to. I try to keep an open channel, let people pretty much say what they want to, as long as they're not bashing nobody or assaulting nobody or being a rude or anything like that. I won't go for none of that stuff. But anyways, everybody have a wonderful Sunday evening. I just wanted to come on and see if the computer does a better job than a phone does. And it looks to me like you can at least see what people are texting. And you can also end it when you want to with no problem. And yeah, a lot better. But I appreciate the few that came on. Thank you. And it's been a wonderful Sunday evening. I just wanted to pop on here, though, and yeah, tell everybody hello. Check to see what y'all are doing for the Sunday evening. And I think I'm just going to wait on, since I'm way past the 1,000K on the celebration, and just wait to the 2,000K and have a bigger celebration then and give away a couple of shirts and have a live then and go from there on it, though. But just wanted to basically try the computer out today, though, and see how it does as far as live streams. And it seems like it works a lot better than trying to use my phone that wants to go sideways. So we might start doing a few live streams from the computer instead. But I do want to do more on the location, though, and bring you guys along with me out in the cemeteries. And if everybody likes it, doing it that way, I mean, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to watch a video or go live on a few things here and there. I'd like to try to get to where I'd at least do one live a week in the cemetery and bring you all along with me. That way you can see what kind of fun it is out there with me and trying to read some of these stones and stuff like that, because some of them are impossible to read. I mean, I wish they'd engraved them years ago a lot deeper than what they did, because it's impossible to see a lot of these 200-year-old stones, especially the ones I go to. I don't get none of the newer ones. I try to stay away from that. I try to go with the older stones. That way I don't have any family coming on and saying, well, that's my family member and I'm offended that you filmed it. I've not had that problem with staying away from the newer stones, and that's one of the reasons why. And another reason why is I don't find the new stones to be that attractive. I mean, I like the older stones. I think they're a lot better looking and definitely a lot of better designs, because, I mean, these nowadays look like just plain Jane headstones, and who wants to film all these little square headstones? To me, they don't look good. I don't particularly like the newer headstones. I'd much rather like the old headstones where you got the different styles, but I see you're driving. Well, don't drive. When you come to the United States, make sure you drive on the right side of the road, especially coming from where you live. That's going to be a challenge for you. I don't see how you do it, because if I was to try to drive from my passenger side of my car, I'd probably crash into the first thing I ran, against. Because I'm so used to driving our way. Of course, you're used to driving your way too, and I'm sure it's going to be a challenge for you. Now, are you into renting a car to drive different places while you're here, or are you going to have people drive you around? Because to me, that'd be a challenge there, trying to drive from, used to on one side of the road and you're going to be driving on the other. That would, to me, I would crash for sure. Better have good insurance. Make sure you definitely got good insurance on whatever vehicle you're using while you're here. That'd be like one of them little old movies like Driving Miss Daisy or something. I'd be going about 3 miles per hour trying to get down the road because I'd be afraid I'd hit somebody. Of course, you could leave all the driving to come hither with Heather and let her drive. That way, if she crashes, then you ain't got to worry about it. You just got to worry about getting hurt or not. And some of these people in these bigger cities do not pay attention. I will tell you that a lot of the elderly people, like even where I live, they just pull out. They don't look right or left. They just drive, and they'll pull right out in front of you. I'm serious. Uh-oh, you heard me. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. So it's going to be a challenge for you if you ain't used to driving. I mean, are you renting a car while you're here? Because I mean, that's going to be a challenge driving from the one side of the road to the other when you're used to driving on one side or the other. That is not that. That's something I wouldn't want to take on. No. Of course, I can't see to drive normally on the normal way down the road, so I can imagine trying to drive on opposite sides. So that would be really nuts. Now, do they have a lot of one-way streets in Australia? Because a lot of these bigger cities here have a lot of one-way streets, and if you pull off a little alley street in between them, you don't never see that it's one-way streets until you're already going against the wrong side of traffic. Then you're like, holy crap. Oh, so you are renting a car. Ooh, that'll be fun. You have a lot of one-way streets. Well, a lot of these the towns, they'll have one-way streets, but it won't tell you like in the middle of the street, just at the ends, it's one-way street. And if you pull off an alley and come on there, you better watch because some of these streets, the signs are not there and you'll be going the wrong direction. I've done that one time in Columbus, and that's a big city. And I'm like, whoa, and I almost got run over, but didn't take me long to realize, hey, you're going the wrong way, dummy. Turn around and go the other way. But I hope you guys have a good time. I believe you will. I bet you're excited. I know Drew is. He can't wait. He's probably done been packed for 2 weeks waiting to go, ain't he? Yeah, it is. But yeah, they're trying to get ready to go on a trip like that. You got to pack you enough clothes because you're going to be gone, 5 weeks? That's a good while, If you're going for 5 weeks, that's a good long trip. I'm just glad you're able to, get the time considering, you just got your new job and stuff. That's great. You still get to go. Of course, something like this, when you done have it all planned out, you done got your money ready to go or not, most jobs anymore, they don't care about you. So why you care about them if you, have to say, hey, I'll be back when I get back, I mean, that's the way they are here in the U.S. anymore. The jobs here, some of them anymore, you're just a number. As long as they got a body filling that job, they could care less, They just lucky to have somebody to show up every day because anymore here, a lot of people don't want to show up. They don't want to come to work. And I don't know what happened there, but well, that's good. You guys got amazing bosses. A lot of the companies you work for around, if you work for companies around in here, they basically figure you're a dime a dozen. If we let you go tomorrow, we'll have someone else in your place tomorrow. And that's the way they, see it. But yeah, that's true. A lot of them here, they want to keep you in the job so they don't have to do it. As long as they don't have to do it, they're willing to work with you because they don't want to have to do your job, And that's sad, but I mean, anymore, that's about what it's come to. I mean, they just got a body to fill the job. That's all they care, as long as they don't have to get up out of their office, which me, I'm glad, that part of life, I guess, for me is over with. I mean, as far as having to work the 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever you want to call it anymore, I enjoy my days just running around basically anymore. So yeah, that's about the size of it. But them days for me, I was over with. So I just piddle around doing whatever I want to during the day now. But I remember them long days going in. Of course, myself, I still want to go back to work. And my son's like, well, you're not in good enough health to go back to work, because I did try to go back to the company I worked for after I had my heart attack and had stents put in and all that, but I couldn't go back. So it was time to move on to something else, but it is what it is. Yeah, I enjoy the leisure time now, being able to do what I want to. 15 more years. Whoa, that's a long time. Now, what is the retirement age in Australia? They've been trying to move it, I think, up here to like 70. I mean, time you work here 70 years old, you're dead anyway. By the time you hit 70, you ain't got the energy to do nothing or to go do anything anymore. You're good for about a certain amount of hours, and then all of a sudden you're wore down so bad, you just feel like, ugh, you got to take a nap or something anymore. Years ago, I used to fight having to go take a nap. Nowadays, you just pray that a nap, lands in where you can get one for the day. You're like, hey, it's time for a nap. Yes. But 67, I think it's something like that here, or 69 or something like that. They've been trying to move it up to 70, and I'm like, good Lord. Time a man moves to 70 years old, you're almost dead anyways. I mean, you ain't got no energy at no 70 years old. Especially somebody that's actually worked, during your lifetime, and you've actually had physical jobs and stuff like that. Your body's broke down. You know what I mean? I mean, these factories and stuff like that, they work you to death in these places. I mean, that one place I worked before I had to end up leaving over there. I mean, you went in and you busted your tail the whole time you was there, except for your 2 15-minute breaks and your 30-minute lunch. You better be humping it, or you had a boss coming down there jumping your hides, and it's crazy. Yeah, you pay taxes all your life, and you're lucky if you make it to the age to even get anything. Time it's for them to pay you back something. You're lucky if you can. I mean, but then you got others. There's nothing wrong with them. They call everything a disease or something anymore, and they jump on disability and get it the whole time. And then somebody that that works their whole life, they have to fight and scrounge to try to get it. Then they try to knock you out of it. I mean, I can't believe it. That's the way it is here. I mean, a lot of people, you're wondering, they're supposed to be disabled, but they're riding four-wheelers and climbing mountains and all kinds of lifting, doing rock work and all kinds of crazy stuff down south. I've seen all kinds of people doing stuff, and they're like, but I'm disabled. And I'm thinking, how are you disabled and working like that all day? I mean, you work harder than someone out there that's got a regular job working in. But they're drawing their disability check, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. But I don't know. It's just the way it is, I guess. The government decides. I think it's one person that decides if they want to let you have it or not anymore. I mean, and since COVID hit, a lot of our offices here, I don't think they've ever opened back up as far as trying to help people and stuff like that. You have to do everything online or on the telephone anymore. You go into the office and act like you got the plague or something. They're like, whoa, no, we need to handle this over the phone or, online. I mean, you're like, well, what happens if you ain't got a computer? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, some people don't, they don't have internet. They don't have computers. I mean, but I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in. Crazy for sure. That's right, Drew. It's true. It's true. It is a crazy world. But anyways, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I just came on to check out, see how a live would go from the computer. It seems like it's not bad from a computer, especially when your phone wants to go sideways just on lives when you're doing live streams. Everything else turns out fine, except for every once in a while, it'll throw a video in sideways. I don't know why, but every once in a while, it'll do a video that way. I think it's something screwed up in the phone. I think it's overheated so many times being out there in them, in these hot cemeteries and in the heat, that it's done something to the inside of the phone and it causes it or something, because I mean, it overheats every time I turn around anymore. And being in that, 90-degree heat, and then you're running this phone because most times when I film, if it's a big cemetery, I'm doing 5 or 6 videos, 30 minutes, you're talking 3 hours. Then you do the shorts afterwards, and you do the little pictures afterwards for the, community post page or whatever. There's sometimes you're running the phone 4 or 5 hours in a cemetery. So, straight. So I guess that's the reason why it's overheating. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming in. I just wanted to see what everybody was into and try to do a live from the computer and see how it does. But I appreciate you popping in, and you guys have safe flight and enjoy your trip. I'll be watching for you in this post in your videos. So always supporting. I push a lot of channels. I get to them eventually, but lately it's been trying to get to them. I mean, because with everything going on with going to the doctors and the dentist and everything else, but I'll get to them eventually. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to sign on out of here. Y'all have a wonderful, I guess it'd be, let's see, it's Sunday evening for us. It'd be Monday evening for you, right? It'd be Monday for the youngs in Australia. So that's hard to get used to, different time frames for sure. But everybody have a great evening, and I appreciate you coming in. It is. Okay. Well, Drew, you guys have a safe flight and safe travels. And we'll be looking for you guys as videos. All right. Peace. I'm out of here.